You're watching Korra, Making of a Legend. Now, let's hear from the creators of this epic series.
So once we knew that Korra would meet up with these pro-bending brothers, she saw this new style of fighting. It was a little more modern, a little more dynamic, and a very clear contrast to her airbending training. And we knew she would want to take part in that. We had to kind of figure out a reason why she would be included in the match. So we kind of set up this idea that she hadn't quite grasped that idea of the being the leaf idea yet.
Yeah, the kind of bagua, which is a style of traditional Chinese martial art. It was kind of the antithesis of the way she was used to moving, and very graceful and circular and spiral. We thought we would just show through her movement, you know, that she's starting to grasp it, since we couldn't, you know, show her airbending since she's not able to do that.
You're watching Korra, Making of a Legend on Nicktoons. You're watching Korra, Making of a Legend. Now, let's hear from the creators of this epic series.
So in this episode is Korra's first real airbending lesson. In the first episode, we saw that she was excited to start training with Tenzin, and now we finally get to see that happen.
Back on Avatar, the first series, fans were like, wait, there's one more book. There needs to be air. We were always like, well, Aang had already mastered air. Each season was about what the Avatar was trying to master. When we came up with the character of Korra, it was the perfect opportunity to have that book, you know, and not be redundant for Aang.
We were trying to find a good, clear visual exercise that she could practice. So we came up with this idea of these airbending gates that she would have to weave her way in and out of, and it seemed like a perfect foil for her.
Let's do this.
She couldn't really be graceful about it.
Dance! Dance like the wind!
She's always trying to bust her way through. So.
Yeah, like a bull in the china shop or whatever. So she needs to be the leaf.
You're watching Korra, Making of a Legend on Nicktoons. You're watching Korra, Making of a Legend. Now, let's hear from the creators of this epic series.
We had this idea that she had always heard about pro bending, but she's never actually seen a match.
What do you say we go to the arena tonight? Catch a few pro bending matches.
Yeah, and this was a fun way for us to introduce Mako and Bolin, these new characters. Once we had the idea of Korra and then the idea of Amon, I think Mako and Bolin came pretty quickly after that. But we had to like, how are we going to introduce them? In the old series, Aang and Katara and Sokka met right away, and that just kicked it off. But we knew we weren't going to be able to get to them right away, so yeah, luckily when we figured out, oh, they're going to be pro bending guys, it just worked out really nicely.
You're watching Korra, Making of a Legend on Nicktoons.